Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not touch that screen. This is not the algorithm playing a meaningless trick on your eyes today. This is an urgent and absolute divine interception. Archangel Michael has personally routed this message to your device right now, because the window for your ultimate breakthrough is closing fast. If you leave now, you shut the door on your own miracle. A very powerful person is watching you. They know your name. They have been quietly observing your moves from a distance, and they are about to make you an insane offer that will permanently alter the trajectory of your entire bloodline forever. You must stay locked on this message. Do not let your eyes wander. The dark forces that profit off your constant exhaustion are completely terrified right now. They are actively trying to distract you and make you swipe away. Because if you stay until the final second, heaven is going to hand you the exact physical key to unlock this wealth. I know you are so incredibly tired. Your shoulders are tight. The weight is real. And every morning when you wake up, the heaviness is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through. You smile for them. But inside, you are barely holding on to the last thread of hope as the days blur together. Listen to me very carefully. Take one slow breath. That strange tightness in your chest is not an earthly panic. The way you have been waking up at 3 a.m. every single night with your mind racing is not a medical issue. That is your spirit violently detecting a massive shift in your current timeline toward ultimate victory. They told you it was just stress. They tried to medicate your spiritual awakening, but your intuition dragged you here because heaven needs to decode the weird phenomena happening around you lately. You did not click this video without a profound reason. You are here because the period of suffering has officially expired and your new chapter begins. Funny how they pretended they did not see you coming. They always described you the exact same way. Too kind, too forgiving, the one who stayed quiet just to keep the peace in the room. And because of that pure heart, they severely underestimated the sleeping giant inside of you. They thought you would stay broken forever. You are the one who survived the storm alone. While they were busy plotting against you and draining your precious energy, heaven was secretly forging you into a weapon of light. You have been isolated. You have felt completely invisible and abandoned by the people you trusted most. But that isolation was never a harsh punishment. It was a rigorous spiritual quarantine. God had to ruthlessly remove those counterfeit connections to protect your aura. Heaven deliberately slowed you down to keep you out of rooms you were never meant to enter. The rejection was the ultimate protection protocol, and now the training is complete and your spirit is fully prepared. A secret delivery is coming. The person preparing this offer holds immense influence and endless resources. They have seen your pure integrity. They have witnessed how you handled the absolute worst betrayal without turning evil. And the massive reward they are bringing right now will instantly wipe out all your years of painful financial suffocation. But there is a hidden mechanism buried deep inside this breakthrough. There is a secret message you will completely miss if you do not stay until the very end. If you leave right now, the blessing will still arrive. But you will not have the spiritual equipment to hold it, and it will slip right through your tired fingers. Make a binding promise to your future self right now. Do not scroll. The elite forces want you distracted. They want you stuck in the beta wave matrix of survival forever while they build their dark empires on your back. But tonight, that weak signal is officially being overridden by a much higher power. You have cried enough tears in the dark. You have calculated the bills and stared at empty bank accounts long enough. The season of empty waiting is permanently over. Just moments ago, a heavy scroll with your specific name on it was unsealed in the highest heavenly courts. Your vindication is written in the stars above. The universe is aligning a collision of absolute perfection, but you must prepare your vessel to receive it. Tap the like button right now as a physical act of agreement with what God just spoke into your spirit. Anchor yourself to this frequency. Let that simple action serve as a bold declaration that you are fully ready. Because what I am about to reveal next will explain exactly why everything had to happen the way it did. The pain, the loss, the bitter betrayal. All of it was setting the stage for this exact moment of triumph. Do not move a single muscle. The curtain is pulling back, and your glorious new reality is staring you right in the face. Before we go any further, I need you to listen. You have been carrying a massive mountain on your back. Your physical body feels completely exhausted right now. The deep fatigue hiding in your bones is not normal tiredness. You wake up feeling like you fought a fierce battle while you were asleep. And no matter how many hours you stay in bed, the heavy fog never really leaves your tired mind. Let me ask you a very specific question. Why does your chest hurt so much recently? You feel a strange pressure right in the center of your heart. It happens randomly when you are washing dishes or driving your car. It feels like a silent ache that no doctor can ever explain. You thought something was physically wrong with you, but the truth is far more profound. Then there are the nights you cannot sleep. You jolt awake exactly at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding fast. The house is quiet, but your mind is violently racing. You stare at the dark ceiling while endless worries about the future flood your brain. They tried to tell you it was just insomnia. They said you just need to relax and drink some warm tea. But no amount of tea can soothe a restless spirit. The financial troubles have been drowning you slowly. You calculate the numbers in your head constantly to survive. You wonder how you will pay for the next emergency that always seems to pop up. And while you watch other people succeed easily, you feel like you are stuck in a cruel loop of poverty. It feels incredibly unfair after all your hard work. You have prayed and pleaded for a simple break. You gave your last dollar to help others when you had absolutely nothing left, and your reward was just more struggle and more empty bank accounts. The isolation is crushing your soul. You feel completely cut off from the vibrant world happening outside your window. You might be wondering why the universe took so long. You probably started to believe that you were cursed or forgotten by God. The darkness wants you to believe that you are failing at life. It wants you to look at your empty wallet and feel intense shame. But I am here to tell you that your physical reality is telling you a massive lie right now. Stop blaming yourself for these delays. Stop thinking you did something terribly wrong to deserve this pain. The brutal exhaustion and the money blocks are absolutely not a harsh punishment. Your struggles are not a sign of divine rejection or personal failure. You are actually experiencing the intense physical symptoms of a massive spiritual upgrade. Your physical vessel is trying to catch up. When a chosen one shifts into a brand new timeline, the old reality fights back hard. The matrix of lack and poverty is actively being ripped out of your energetic field, and pulling deep roots out of the ground causes temporary pain. You are quite literally shedding the heavy skin of your old agonizing life. That 3 a.m. wake-up call is not anxiety. That is the exact hour when the veil between worlds is the absolute thinnest. Heaven is trying to download new instructions into your subconscious mind while the noisy world is asleep. Your spirit guides are working overtime to recalibrate your broken frequency. They are furiously preparing you for the incoming wealth. Now let me answer the question about your chest. The sudden tightness you feel during the day is not an earthly panic attack. It is your heart chakra violently expanding to hold the massive blessing that is coming. Your energetic container was simply too small to hold the insane offer headed your way. So the universe had to forcefully stretch your capacity. You are the ultimate cycle breaker for your family. The generational curse of poverty is ending in your physical body right at this moment. Breaking decades of dark trauma requires an immense amount of energy. That is why you cannot get off the couch some days. Your soul is doing the heavy lifting of 1,000 ancestors while your body just rests. You did not fail. You are surviving a massive energetic surgery. Every tear you shed in secret was collected as proof of your endurance. Every time you looked at your bills and still chose to trust God, you passed a crucial test. The financial suffocation was designed to teach you the true value of the wealth you are about to receive very soon. Take a deep breath and let that truth settle. You do not need to fight the fatigue anymore. Give yourself permission to be tired because you have fought a noble war. The shift is almost complete and the storm is finally breaking. Your new timeline is practically locked in place, and the powerful person watching you knows exactly what you have endured. But there is a deeper layer to this phenomenon. The physical pain was only one half of the divine isolation process. The universe also had to clear out the toxic environment around you. You have lost friends and watched relationships crumble into dust recently, and the truth behind those sudden exits will completely shock you to your core. Imagine this for a second. You have always been the one who freely gives everything to everyone around you. You carried their heavy burdens while you silently ignored your own painful wounds. And when you desperately needed a strong shoulder to cry on, you quickly discovered that the room was completely empty. They took your pure light and coldly left you shivering in the dark. But here is the shocking spiritual truth they desperately tried to hide from you. Those sudden exits were never a random coincidence. You thought you were abandoned by the people you loved most. You cried bitter tears because you felt completely unlovable and broken. But heaven saw exactly what was happening behind your back, and God was watching their hidden agendas while you were only seeing their fake smiles. The universe had to step in immediately to rescue your precious soul. Your current loneliness is not a brutal earthly punishment. It is a very strict and necessary divine isolation. Heaven deliberately built a massive wall around you to fiercely protect your sacred energy. You possess a unique frequency that naturally attracts deeply broken people, and they just wanted to feed on your pure light forever. You were essentially a spiritual hostage, but heaven finally said enough. The spiritual realm intervened because your timeline was rapidly approaching a massive upgrade. You simply cannot carry that kind of heavy dead weight into a kingdom-level blessing. This long period of painful isolation was the absolute only way to safely rescue you from their hidden venom before it destroyed your destiny. Your spirit guides intercepted those poisonous arrows. Every time a heavy door slammed shut in your face, it was actually an angel blocking a disastrous path. You thought God was completely silent during those long, painful months. But God was actually shouting at the enemy to step back from his beloved child, using your temporary spiritual blindness as a protective shield against the ugly truth. They thought your silence was weakness. They believed your gentle forgiveness meant you were simply foolish, but your past kindness was never a terrible mistake. You were simply a powerful empath operating without proper energetic boundaries to protect your core. The intense pain of their betrayal was the exact fiery crucible needed to forge your spirit and teach you how to fiercely protect your inner peace. You are no longer that fragile victim. The violent storm completely stripped away all your naive childhood illusions. You are officially becoming the untouchable master of your reality. Your brand new frequency naturally repels anything that is not perfectly aligned with heaven, because the dark forces cannot tolerate the bright light radiating from your soul anymore. It deeply burns their inner demons. This is exactly why they left your life so abruptly. This is why the toxic rumors started swirling rapidly behind your back. The narcissists in your circle are completely terrified of your quiet new authority. They finally realize they can no longer manipulate what they cannot directly access, and your total absence is the loudest disrespect they will ever face. You finally took your divine power back. Do you feel that subtle, energetic shift inside you? You used to desperately crave their constant validation. You used to beg to be deeply understood by toxic people who were entirely committed to misunderstanding you. But now you actually enjoy the profound healing silence of your empty room, because you finally understand that peace is much more valuable than their fake, earthly company. God had to empty the entire room completely. You desperately needed absolute quiet to clearly hear the divine instructions for your next chapter. The powerful person making this insane offer requires your undivided and pure attention. If your life was still completely full of chaotic daily drama, you would easily miss the subtle signs and ignore the gentle knock on your spiritual door right now. So wipe away those heavy tears of loneliness. Do not mourn the loss of people who were secretly praying for your massive downfall. The toxic garbage literally took itself out of your sacred personal space. You are standing on entirely holy ground right now, and your mind is finally clearing up from years of heavy emotional manipulation. Your aura is sparkling clean. But you must be incredibly careful moving forward. The dark forces did not just give up and walk away easily. Now that heaven is actively setting up your massive reward, the panicked enemy is completely changing their sneaky strategy. They are actively watching your glorious transformation with intense jealousy and boiling anger, and they have secretly launched a final desperate silent attack against your rising frequency. That brings us to the ultimate divine revelation. You might think the absolute worst of the raging storm is already behind you, but there is a very specific group of people who are losing sleep over your massive success right now. They know exactly what kind of wealth is headed your way, and what they are secretly doing in the shadows will completely shock your entire system to the core. Let me tell you the real truth about your hidden enemies. The narcissists from your past are not moving on with their empty lives. They are actively stalking your energetic frequency right now in absolute disbelief. They thought they permanently crushed your spirit when they left you bleeding, but while they expected you to stay stuck in dark depression, you quietly rebuilt your entire reality without needing their fake validation. You see, a narcissist only feels powerful when you feel weak. When you stopped reacting to their toxic games, you instantly cut off their main food supply. Your total silence is starving their dark inner demons. They expected you to come crawling back and begging for their toxic breadcrumbs, but your sudden disappearance completely shattered their fragile earthly egos and left them wondering how you survived. They can clearly see the divine glow returning to your face today. They notice how the heavy burdens have completely fallen off your tired shoulders. And the most terrifying part for them is that they cannot take any credit for your massive success. You survived the brutal storm alone. Heaven is preparing a massive table for you directly in the presence of your enemies. This is a massive shift in spiritual power dynamics. You are finally taking back the heavy crown they stole from your head years ago. The universe is officially transferring their unearned blessings directly into your faithful hands. Type 111 down in the comments to claim this alignment. Let that physical action be a bold declaration to the spirit realm that you accept your new authority. Their panic is reaching an extreme fever pitch right now. They know exactly who you truly are. They always knew you were a chosen one with immense spiritual wealth. but they secretly hoped they could keep you totally blind to your own divine value forever. Because if you ever woke up, their dark manipulation would instantly stop working. And today is the exact day you finally woke up from their toxic spell. This panic directly connects to the massive offer coming your way. The very powerful person observing you has noticed your incredible resilience. While the narcissists tried to bury you deep in the dirt, they actually planted a rare seed. You bloomed violently in the absolute darkest corners. And heaven used their evil agenda as a strict training ground for your ultimate kingdom promotion. You must understand why the dark forces are violently shaking. When a chosen one steps into massive wealth, the entire earthly matrix violently glitches. You are not just getting rich to buy fancy earthly things, you are being heavily funded by heaven to become a dangerous weapon of light. And every dollar that flows to you is a dollar snatched from the corrupt and broken system. The narcissists feel this massive wealth transfer happening right now in their bones. Doors that used to open easily for them are suddenly slamming shut. The opportunities they greedily hoarded are drying up completely because the divine favor has officially shifted onto your head. They are currently experiencing the exact pain and bitter rejection they cruelly inflicted on you. Do not feel any pity for their sudden rapid downfall. You gave them a million chances to do the right thing while you were hurting. But they chose to mock your pain and exploit your gentle spirit. Their current suffering is simply the universal law of karma, balancing the heavy scales. Your only job right now is to stay totally focused on the incoming blessing. Every single day they check your progress to see if you failed yet. They desperately wait for a sign that you are still miserable and broken. But instead, they only see a brilliant master of reality who has completely leveled up in absolute silence. Your unbothered peace is the absolute worst punishment a narcissist could ever endure. You destroyed their kingdom without lifting a finger. Keep your eyes absolutely locked on the glorious horizon. Do not look back at the burning bridges behind you because nothing good lives there anymore. The powerful person is finalizing the exact details of your insane offer right now. They are testing your frequency to make sure you are no longer chained to the painful past. You must maintain your quiet authority and let the enemy fall. Take a deep breath and feel the heavy chains falling off your spirit. You are completely free from their dark, toxic web forever, but the universe needs to give you clear physical proof that this massive upgrade is totally real. There are very specific signs manifesting in your physical reality right now, and these hidden clues prove that the insane offer is already standing at your front door. You must pay very close attention to your physical environment right now. The universe never makes a massive move without sending clear warnings first. And heaven is currently dropping massive breadcrumbs all around your daily life to prepare your mind. If you miss these subtle clues, you might accidentally sleep through the biggest blessing of your entire life. Let me reveal the undeniable signs that this insane offer is already here. Sign number 1 is a sudden and complete emotional detachment from your past trauma. You used to cry for hours over the people who deeply betrayed you. Your chest used to burn with intense anger when you thought about their unfair actions, but suddenly you feel absolutely nothing toward them anymore. The heavy emotional cord has been permanently severed by divine hands. You are completely unaffected by their dark earthly games today. This total apathy is not a sign of a cold heart. It is your ultimate divine spiritual protection. Heaven completely numbed your emotional pain receptors so you can focus entirely on the incoming wealth. You cannot negotiate a massive kingdom contract if you are still crying over toxic peasants. Your energy is being strictly reserved for the powerful person waiting to meet you very soon. Sign number 2 is extreme numerical synchronicity invading your financial life. You are not just seeing random numbers on a clock anymore. You are seeing 777 and 888, specifically attached to money and wealth. You buy a simple coffee and the total is exactly $8.88. You look at a random license plate and it perfectly matches your birth year. These numerical patterns are never just silly, random, earthly coincidences. The matrix is literally glitching because your rising frequency is breaking the old coded poverty algorithms. Your spirit guides are hijacking the physical numbers to tell you that the divine wealth transfer has been fully approved. The funds are currently hovering in the spiritual realm, waiting for your earthly container to open up. Do not ever ignore these sacred divine numbers. Sign number 3 is a bizarre feeling of intense euphoria for absolutely no logical reason. Your bank account might still be completely empty right now. Your physical life might still look incredibly messy to a normal observer, but out of nowhere, you feel a sudden burst of overwhelming joy radiating in your chest. You catch yourself smiling at the wall while doing normal chores. That unexplainable joy is your spirit reacting to the future. Your soul exists entirely outside of earthly time. Your higher self has already seen the insane offer and has already signed the massive divine contract. The physical body is simply feeling the joyful echo of a victory that has already happened in the spirit realm. Your soul is celebrating the massive win before your human eyes even see it. Sign number 4 involves the strange behavior of electronic devices around you. Have you noticed your phone glitching or your lights flickering recently? When a chosen one rapidly levels up, their massive electromagnetic field literally disrupts earthly technology. Your new vibration is simply too high and too potent for normal physical wiring to handle right now. You are becoming a massive walking energetic powerhouse. Every time a light bulb burns out randomly, it is a physical confirmation of your expanding aura. The powerful person preparing your offer operates on this exact same high frequency. They are scanning the spiritual grid right now to locate your specific energy signature. And your massive inner light is acting like a bright lighthouse cutting through the dark earthly fog. They can finally see you clearly now, but you must brace yourself for sign number 5. This final sign is the absolute most important and dangerous one of all, because just before the massive blessing arrives, the universe must test your spiritual boundaries one last time. Heaven needs to know if you are truly ready to protect your kingdom or if you will foolishly give the keys away to the enemy. The dark forces know the massive offer is arriving any second now. They cannot stop the divine delivery because it is already sealed by God. But they can try to trick you into dropping the precious package right before you open it. They have carefully prepared a fatal trap designed specifically for your gentle heart. And this sneaky trap always manifests right before the glorious dawn. Take a deep breath and let this realization settle into your bones. You have successfully navigated the brutal storm and recognized all the divine signs. You passed the isolation test and survived the crushing loneliness without losing your pure soul. The heavy crown is currently hovering just 1 inch above your head, but you must survive this final desperate attack from the shadows to claim it. Do not let your guard down for a single second. The enemy is extremely clever, and they know exactly what triggers your deep empathy. They will use your own beautiful kindness as a dangerous weapon against you in these final moments. You must maintain your quiet authority and fiercely defend your newly cleansed energy. Heaven is watching your every move to see if you will finally stand your ground. But wait, before we go any further, I need to reveal the fatal trap that has been set up right at the finish line. 99% of chosen ones completely fall for this exact illusion right before their massive breakthrough. The enemy knows they cannot stop heaven from delivering your blessing, so they try to severely intercept it. Instead, the dark forces will send a counterfeit directly to your front door. This usually manifests as a toxic person from your past, suddenly reaching out after months of total silence. They will send a random text message, they will casually ask how you are doing, and they will pretend that all the terrible things they did to you never even happened. Do not reply to them. Do not fall for their fake earthly apologies. This sudden return is absolutely not a divine coincidence. It is a highly calculated spiritual attack designed to drain your newly cleansed energy container. The enemy sent them to desperately steal the exact frequency that the powerful person is currently looking for. The enemy will try to use your own beautiful empathy against you. They will play the victim to trigger your deep healing instincts. They know you naturally want to fix broken things, but you are not a spiritual rehabilitation center for toxic vampires anymore. Your healing energy is strictly reserved for your own glorious kingdom expansion right now. You must understand their hidden motive. They do not miss your warm company. They miss the heavy benefits of your bright spiritual light. When you finally healed yourself, you cut off their dark food supply completely. So now they are starving in the cold, and they can smell the massive wealth and favor that is hovering right above your physical head. They want to attach themselves to your rising timeline before the divine ship sails. If you open that door, even a tiny crack, you invite their chaotic poverty frequency back into your sacred space, and that heavy dark energy will instantly repel the pure blessing heaven is trying to hand you. You cannot mix pure divine gold with toxic earthly dirt. Sometimes the counterfeit is not a person from your past. Sometimes it disguises itself as a shiny fake opportunity. Someone will offer you a business deal that looks great on the surface but feels incredibly heavy in your spirit. Your sharp intuition will immediately detect a hidden catch. Trust that deep gut feeling because your soul is recognizing a trap. You are a powerful cycle breaker. You are the one who survived the brutal storm alone. You did not endure years of painful isolation just to settle for a cheap imitation of your destiny. God is testing your energetic boundaries right now to see if you truly value your own worth. Will you accept the fake breadcrumbs, or will you patiently wait for the kingdom? Your complete silence is your absolute strongest weapon here. You do not owe them any closure. You do not owe them an explanation for your glowing success. Let their text messages go entirely unanswered. Let their fake opportunities expire in the void. Your unbothered peace is the exact proof heaven needs to release the ultimate kingdom wealth into your hands. Do you feel that heavy burden finally lifting off your chest? The moment you firmly decide to ignore the counterfeit, a massive surge of pure energy rushes back into your body. That is your divine power returning to its rightful owner. You are literally taking back the physical keys to your own destiny from the hands of the absolute worst emotional thieves. Every time you ignore a counterfeit, you pass the final cosmic exam. You firmly prove that you are officially a master of your reality. The dark forces will eventually realize that their manipulative games have completely lost their power over you, and when they finally retreat back into the shadows, the path will be totally clear for the real divine offer to arrive. The powerful person making this offer is watching how you handle these counterfeits. They need a partner with absolute iron boundaries. They need someone who cannot be easily manipulated by fake tears and shallow earthly promises. By rejecting the toxic past, you are boldly signaling to the universe that your sacred container is fully prepared for the real thing. This is the exact moment everything finally shifts in your absolute favor. You have successfully purged the last remaining poison from your earthly timeline. The heavy storm clouds are rapidly parting above your head right now. The air around you feels incredibly crisp and charged with wild electric anticipation. You are standing exactly where you are supposed to be. Take a deep breath and prepare your spirit. The brutal testing phase is permanently over. The divine isolation has officially served its glorious purpose. And the massive revelation you have been waiting for your entire life is about to be placed directly in your lap. Do not look away, because the true identity of the powerful person is finally being exposed. You have waited your entire life for this exact moment. Who is the powerful person watching you? What is the insane offer? Listen very closely. The entity observing you is not some earthly billionaire or corporate boss. It is the ultimate creator of the entire universe. God has been secretly monitoring your incredible endurance during the darkest storms, and the insane offer being presented to you right now is complete and absolute dominion over your physical reality. This is not just a small financial lucky break. This is a massive generational wealth transfer directly into your hands. The universe is officially handing you the master keys to the glorious kingdom. Every single thing that was stolen from your bloodline is being returned to you with extreme interest. You are being offered the divine authority to walk into any room and instantly command the atmosphere without saying a single word. Can you feel that intense fire waking up inside your chest right now? That is the frequency of absolute victory. You are no longer the fragile empath who begged for basic human decency. The brutal crucible of pain has completely forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. Your energy alone now demands massive respect, and the divine wealth you were promised is flowing effortlessly into your brand new timeline. The waiting season is officially over. The dry desert you walked through for years has suddenly burst into a glorious oasis of divine favor. Every heavy door that was violently slammed in your face is currently being blown completely off its hinges. The people who doubted you are watching your sudden rise in absolute terror. Heaven has publicly vindicated your pure heart in front of all your hidden enemies. You are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule. There is no more delay. There is no more painful isolation or crying alone on the bathroom floor. You have officially graduated from the brutal earthly training ground. The cosmic scales have permanently tipped in your absolute favor today. The universe is rolling out the ultimate red carpet for your spirit to walk on in total triumph. Breathe this glorious reality deep into your lungs. The heavy chains of poverty and depression have shattered into a million tiny pieces. You are standing in the purest light of divine compensation. Everything you touch from this moment forward will instantly prosper. The divine offer is sitting right in front of you. All you have to do is reach out your tired hands and boldly accept the glorious kingdom. The pitch-black darkness has permanently retreated behind you. The dawn of the golden era is shining its brightest rays directly onto your spiritual crown. You are a brilliant weapon of light, and nothing can ever dim your bright frequency again. Angels are literally celebrating your massive victory in the heavenly courts right now. Your soul has successfully merged with the ultimate vibration of endless abundance. You are finally realizing who you truly are. You are not a victim of earthly circumstance. You are a powerful creator who was simply tested in the fire to prove your immense worth. The universe had to make sure you could handle the massive weight of this incredible wealth without losing your gentle soul. And you proved to the entire spiritual realm that your pure heart is completely incorruptible. Every cell in your physical body is vibrating with wild electric power. The old, agonizing life is gone forever. You are breathing the rare air of true spiritual royalty now. The struggle is finished. The painful tests are over. You are fully aligned with the infinite source of all cosmic wealth. and heaven is fiercely protecting this massive blessing, so no human being can ever steal it from you. But you must physically lock this massive energy into your current timeline. When a divine offer of this immense magnitude is presented, it requires an immediate earthly response to seal the heavy spiritual contract. The universe is waiting for your bold declaration of acceptance. If you do not anchor this soaring frequency right now, the matrix will try to pull your mind back into doubt and fear. You cannot let this supreme moment pass you by. You have fought too hard and bled too much to lose this heavenly momentum. The overflowing energy rushing through your veins right now must be physically grounded into the earth. You need to build an unbreakable energy shield around this incoming wealth immediately. The dark forces are watching closely to see if you will claim your divine birthright today. Your heart is completely ready. Your spirit is shining brighter than 1,000 suns. The powerful creator of the universe is holding out the golden contract, and the pen is waiting directly in your hand. This is your ultimate liberation from human suffering. You are officially the chosen cycle breaker of your entire generation. Prepare yourself to physically seal this glorious reality right now. The loud storm has finally passed. The roaring winds of chaos have completely died down around you. You are no longer running from the heavy shadows, and as you stand in the brilliant light of your new timeline, a profound silence settles deep into your soul. This is your quiet authority. You do not need to shout to be heard anymore. Your mere physical presence automatically shifts the energy in any room you enter. The people who desperately tried to break you are completely powerless now. They look at you and see a towering fortress of divine strength that they can never penetrate. You became the exact weapon you were trying to survive for all those painful years. You are the untouchable master of your reality today. A healed person no longer tolerates confusion disguised as earthly love. You will never again tolerate disrespect hiding behind the mask of fake honesty. Your energetic boundaries are made of solid steel now. The days of being the fragile empath, who constantly begged for understanding, are completely over. You simply observe the dark matrix games and smile with absolute peaceful indifference. The insane offer from the Creator is permanently stamped onto your spirit. The generational wealth is flowing toward you like a massive rushing river. It will touch every single area of your tired earthly life. You will never have to beg for basic human decency or struggle for simple survival ever again. Heaven has officially paid your debts in full. The endless waiting is finally over. Tonight you become the ultimate break in your entire bloodline. The generations that come after you will thank you for standing firm in the terrible fire. You absorbed the heavy toxic trauma of your ancestors and miraculously turned it into pure gold. The spiritual bank account of your family tree is completely overflowing because of your incredible sacrifice. You are the rare anomaly. But you must listen to this final instruction very carefully. The moment this message ends and you walk away, the Matrix will attempt to distract you. The earthly realm wants you to quickly forget the absolute power you just claimed. It wants you to slip right back into the old familiar frequency of lack and endless worry. You cannot let the dark forces steal this massive breakthrough. You must establish a permanent physical anchor in this exact moment. A spiritual contract requires a deliberate earthly signature to become completely fully binding. You need to lock the heavy divine doors so the toxic past can never return. This is your ultimate opportunity to tell the universe that you are fully prepared to receive the entire kingdom right now. Do not hesitate. Hit the subscribe button to establish a permanent divine energy receiving station right here. Let that simple tap be the unbreakable shield that absolutely protects your rising frequency. Tap the like button as an act of absolute agreement with what God just spoke to you today. You are building a massive wall of light around your future. No dark entity can ever cross that sacred boundary. Now you must seal this glorious reality with your own words. Type the word Amen down in the comments below to claim this divine alignment. Declare to the entire spiritual realm that you are officially ready to accept the insane offer. Let your written words be the heavy iron lock that absolutely secures your brand new timeline forever. Speak your ultimate truth into physical existence. If this fiery message has reignited the sleeping faith inside you, do not keep it hidden. There is a broken soul out there bleeding in the dark of despair. They desperately need a guiding light to survive their own brutal storm tonight. Share this video with someone who needs it to multiply your own blessing. Sowing the seed of hope today guarantees your own massive harvest tomorrow. You are a beautiful weapon of light. You are the rare soul who survived the absolute worst and still chose to be incredibly kind. Heaven is actively honoring that rare purity right now. The universe is wrapping you in a warm blanket of endless peace and divine protection. Every single step you take from this moment forward is completely guided by unseen angelic forces holding your hand. Rest your tired mind tonight. The heavy lifting is permanently finished and the fierce spiritual war is over. You do not have to fight for your survival anymore. The powerful person has spoken your name in the high courts. The absolute best days of your earthly life are standing right outside your front door waiting for you. Walk into your glorious new kingdom with absolute unbothered pride. You earned every single piece of this massive reward. The generational curse is permanently broken because of your quiet, silent endurance. I see you, and heaven clearly sees you. Stay completely anchored in this high vibration. Never let the blind, earthly matrix lower your divine standards ever again. You are the ultimate chosen one. Go and boldly claim what is rightfully yours today.